The AddonSoftware ERP business solution continues to add productivity improvements by making data more accessible and by adding processing shortcuts. In the distribution bundle that includes inventory control, sales order processing, purchase order processing, and sales analysis, there is a new feature that saves several processing steps. The feature allows the creation of a new purchase order from within the purchase order entry task by duplicating a historical receipt. Some people might find themselves needing to quickly create a PO based entirely from a previous receiving. You might be called upon to just reorder what we did last time. Instead of looking up and printing a copy of a previous order and then keying in the same information all over again, AddonSoftware has added a duplicate receipt button to the purchase order entry form. Let's have a look at how it works. After selecting the purchase order processing module and then selecting the PO entry task, we are presented with the entry form. Purchase orders require a number for the first field, so we will have the system generate the next number for us. The requisition number field is optional, so we can tab past it to the vendor ID field and enter or search for the vendor number. With that field populated and tabbing out, the form fills with the default information for the vendor number we've entered. Notice that the duplicate receipt button is enabled, and that is the function we want to explore. Selecting the button launches the Purchase Receipt Lookup Grid, displaying the historical receivings from the vendor that we've entered on the PO entry form. Since it's a grid, we have the usual powerful search and sort options found throughout AddonSoftware grids. Notice that the PO numbers in the grids are links to a detailed view where items from that receiving can be verified. Having located the receiver we want to duplicate for the new purchase order, we select it. The grid closes and the historical items have been added to the PO entry form. The order is ready to be processed and can be moved to the printing queue, or it can be printed immediately using the buttons. What if an item or quantity on the new PO is slightly different than what was found on the historical receiving? No problem. Select the Edit button at the bottom of the form or key F2, and you can now edit the items and their quantities and add or remove items to the purchase order. Notice that the Comments button is also enabled while I'm in edit mode. Selecting this button launches the Requisition PO Comments text box to accommodate any order comments for the selected line item. These will appear next to the item description in the body of the purchase order. Whether edits were required or not, the final step in purchase order processing is the selection of the previously mentioned Queue for Printing or Print Purchase Order buttons. AddonSoftware continues to add important features and functions to improve the productivity of your operational team.